2.0.
Alt version.
Total alt. We're hardcore 1995. You know what? I'm going to cut that. That was dumb. Hello. Welcome to another episode of Who's Drinking What. It's December 19th. We're recording here at the Tap Beer Bar at the heart of Bloomington. I'm Peter Hines. Besides me is my co-host, as always, Brooks Scott.
Welcome back, everyone.
And just a little business up front for the show. If you guys want to get any updates, follow what's going on with the show, see what our guests or maybe games we're going to be playing, follow us on Twitter. We've got a Twitter channel that'll update you on that. It's Who's Drinking What. Basically, Twitter wouldn't let me put the whole show name on there, so just spell out the show name and leave the T off at the end.
It works.
And if you want to follow us individually, mine is Peter Hines or at RealPizP, RealPizP.
Or you can search for me, Brooks Scott, or Brooks the Doctor with an A on the end.
Yes, so... and you know what, guys? If you see us on iTunes or however you listen to us on Podomatic or YouTube channel, give us a subscribe. It always helps when we're trying to figure out how to tailor the show. We appreciate you guys listening. Hope you enjoy it. But now that that's out of the way, Brooks, we've been staring at these beers for probably a good 5-10 minutes now. And I think they need to be drank. So,
I agree.
Nero. Interesting. And actually, before we describe our beers, all of the beers that we're going to be drinking on the show today are brewed from the Tap Beer Bar's own brewery. They have an in-house brewery, and it's quite a good menu. Usually when you see in-house breweries, there's like maybe 4 to 5. These guys have
Close to 20,
tap.
I'd say. I mean,
yeah, that's what.
in addition to the 50-some beers they have on tap regularly.
Yeah, it is actually close to 20. I bet that's 16 to 20. I'm not going to count them up because it's not good listening.
Yeah.
Not interesting. But yeah, Brooks, would you tell us what you are drinking?
I'd love to. I got the Tap's own Frostbite beer. It's a Belgian strong ale. I guess I'll go ahead and read the description. It is a Belgian-style winter holiday ale. Offers a hearty, warming character. Dark in color, medium full-bodied with notes of fig, apricot, raisin, caramel, and spiked with sweet orange peel and chocolate. I know we tried this one last week, had a sample of it, and I really liked it, so that's kind of what led me to get it this week. It's
got
great.
a lot of flavor.
It just kind of smacks you with flavor. I can't really pick out one particular one out of all those, but it's got a lot of flavor.
Yeah, I always like that about beers in general. When you read them, sometimes it's nice to be able to figure out what you're tasting when you read that, like because sometimes each individual item will pop up. But then it's nice too when they're blended perfectly.
Yeah, right.
So, and I'll read you mine. I got the Tap D-O-P-P. And funny play on the Snoop Dogg D-O-G-G. But it's a traditional...
I didn't even think about that until now.
Did you not? Oh, no. That's part of what drew me to it. Me and my days of listening to Snoop.
Yeah.
Mine is a traditional German dark lager. It has full notes of caramel, dark fruit, chocolate, and soft alcohol round out this full-bodied autumn beer.
Soft alcohol.
Yeah, and honestly, I gotta take another sip. It's very German.
Yeah.
It's very good. It's got a nice little bite up front. You get some bitterness, and then you kind of get those malts on the back end to kind of soften it and round it out. It's very nice.
Might have to get a growler of this Frostbite. I like it a lot.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
That's the great part, too, is, they're selling growlers down here now, too.
Mm-hmm.
I've gotten one, and can't complain, and they're really nicely priced.
Yeah. Might have to do that before I go. It sounds like a good idea.
Yeah. Well, Brooks, last I talked to you, you said you were going to have a Christmas party. How'd that go?
It went great. It was last Saturday, wasn't it? I just weeks are running together these days.
Yeah,
my wife and I had a Christmas party at our house. It was an ugly sweater party, if you will. So there was people were dressed up in all their Christmas garb, and it was pretty awesome to say the least. We even decorated our garage with a bunch of ugly stuff and strung some lights up, kind of here and there. It was a good time.
Did you? You don't throw an ugly sweater party without having one, so I'm guessing you probably had a pretty primo ugly sweater.
Oh yeah, I've probably got 3 or 4 throughout the years that I've acquired just through college and whatnot. But this year I had on I believe it was a women's sweater, just some ugly Christmas trees and stuff on it. But I also had on a pair of red women's slacks.
How did you get into them?
They were like a size 18 or something like that. I don't know if that's big.
Because you're not a small man, and
it was like the elastic waist. So I mean,
you got maternity wear.
Maybe that's what it was, but they were slacks. Yeah, actually, I went to Goodwill the day before the party just in hopes I kind of find some sort of weird pants to wear, and walk in the women's section, and there they are, and they're all their glory, bright red. Bright red.
What color was the sweater?
It was green.
Oh, so you were the perfect, red and green Christmas combo.
Yeah, it was pretty. It clashed. It was pretty ugly.
Did you guys have like a contest with it? Did you have a
Yeah,
winner?
we did. We bought like a little. We had like a guy's winner and a women's winner, and we just bought like a bottle of wine and then like a tiny little like 375 milliliter bottle of Maker's Mark for the guy. Yeah, we had a contest. Everyone voted. It's pretty good.
That's awesome. And did you come in? Where were you in the running? Like, did you,
I don't know. We just tallied up the first place votes. We didn't really take a leaderboard on it.
Have a competing.
She had on some red leggings and a black sweater with some weird reindeer on them. It was pretty good, but
From the waist down, you and your wife matched.
Yeah, pretty much. Tell you what, my wife's dad actually won the men's, and he had like a sweater. It was like an upside down snowman on it, and right where the nose was a giant carrot, just like for his dick. So it was pretty. And he had like 2 jingle bells hanging from it. It was pretty hilarious.
Where did he find that?
I think my wife's stepmom actually made them, but it was good. I'll have to pull up some pictures in a little bit if I.
Was your wife horribly embarrassed about it? Her dad
No,
showed
not-
up.
He's done
Showing
enough.
off the family goods.
Yeah, I guess so.
In a way.
He's done enough embarrassing things over the years. I think we're past being embarrassed. It was hilarious. So it was definitely a hit.
Do you have plans for Christmas? Are you sticking around town? You gotta do any traveling?
No, we're gonna be around here. I think Christmas Eve, my parents are gonna come see us, and Christmas Day, we're gonna go out to like her mom's or something like that. But I mean, that's 20 minutes away, so we're not going too far. We're sticking around here. Yeah.
Are you giving the gift of beer?
Exactly.
I mean, oh god, Upland 6-packs are on sale this week, and
I'm sure I'm gonna.
had to get a few.
I'll pick up. I don't even know what I'm gonna pick up, but I'll pick up definitely a bunch of stuff for my brother, my dad, whatever.
Is your brother coming in from Columbus?
Yeah, he should be around for the holidays. So.
Real cool.
Actually, well, quick tangent. You just brought up Columbus. I don't think I ever got to talk about my trip to Ohio State for the IU Ohio State game because I missed the week after that due to Thanksgiving.
And that was a good freaking game.
Yeah, the Hoosiers almost beat them at Ohio State. But
were there many Hoosier fans, or was it just completely one-sided?
There were a few there. I mean, but we made friends with a lot of Ohio State people. They're all generally pretty cool with us. I think it was just kind of a, we're probably going to kill you type thing, so we might as well
I guess
get drunk with you. But
not had the same experience being a Michigan fan at all.
Well, that's a completely different story, I think. So
yeah, it's almost like the Dodgers fans and the Giants fans in
yeah,
baseball.
there you go.
Probably somebody's getting beat up in the parking lot.
Yeah, I'd say so. No, it was a cool town, though. I've never been there before. We had a great time.
Game day atmosphere out there. Mm-hmm. And the amount of sidewalk drinking is hilarious, too.
Oh, yeah. All up and down the street. They got, like, little beer garden things just kind of as you go. Spent a lot of time there. Oh, man, it was great.
Did you happen to check out any of the local beers there?
Oh, man.
Well, I was not really one of the best states yet with their craft beer scene. They're
I'm
growing.
trying. I can't. I know my brother had a growler or something in his house. I was just kind of the night before we had some beers, and now I can't think of it for the life of me. But I know it was a Columbus beer.
I had a friend that was telling me about a Columbus beer he had once, and I can't remember it either, but it had a just hilarious name. But yeah, I know I grew up in Ohio, and when I still go back and visit friends, six-pack wise anyway, what you can find in the stores, it's usually just Great Lakes Brewing, which is up by Cleveland. Great brewery, but there's not a lot of other representation.
Right.
So that's what I love about Indiana. There's so many options.
Never short on options.
Well, we've got a new game today. I was kind of telling you before the show. And it's a little bit of a take on Pick Your Poison. And the reason I'm bringing it up now, instead of throwing it to break, is that we have to make our selections now. And we'll use the break to go down and get the samples. But how this is going to work, as we stated before, the tap has about 40 different beers on tap at any given time. They've got a wonderful menu here. And I'm going to try to take the pin the tail on the donkey approach. I don't have a blindfold.
It's a good comparison.
But close your eyes. I'm going to hold the menu out and kind of move it around. You're going to put your finger down. And we're going to do this for twice. We each get 2. And then there's going to be no hints as to even what type of beer. See if we can pick out the exact beer out of
Shot
the 40.
in the dark.
Totally.
All right.
We're going to start here. Brooks is going to go first. I'll have you pick both of them, just for the sake of time. I won't even let you know which side I'm on.
All right. Eyes closed.
All right.
Ready?
Go ahead and point.
What we got?
All right. I've got one there. Okay. Now Brooks is going to pick a second one after making the first selection. All right. Go ahead and point.
Okay, keep your finger there.
All right.
This is kind of weird. Good?
Perfect. Perfect.
All right, get it written down. You let me know when I'm good.
All right, here. I'm going to hand you the paper for you to write. Now you're going to do me.
All right.
He's gonna do me. It's my turn.
Alrighty, closing my eyes.
All right.
Ready. Alright.
It's kind of hard because I have fat fingers and yours weren't super skinny either, and it's like, well, it's closer to this one, but you kind of pointed at like 2.
I'll need to write it down. I'll just remember it. I don't have that bad of a memory, I guess. It's only 2 beers.
Well, I totally did. I needed to write it down.
Alright, here we go.
The trick is, too, is if he's even going to pick the same side of the menu.
All right.
Did I pick it up too fast?
No, you're good.
All right. Well, while he writes that down, I'm going to throw it to break. We're going to go get these samples and see how well this game goes. Keep listening to Who's Drinking What.
Shadows fall to my window. Night is coming on.
Okay, guys, we're back with our samples for this game. If it sticks around, we'll come up with a name. I don't have one now, but
Get it figured out.
we'll get something. Totally. All right, Brooks. Since you picked first, I'm gonna offer first.
All right, let me get a little pretzel here.
Oh, totally. All right. He's taking a sniff of his first one. It's very dark,
Yeah, it looks nice and dark.
and I'm not really gonna offer any help.
Can't get much of a smell off of it. All right, let's give her a
It's
go.
always tricky when they don't have a strong aroma. Now, it does have an interesting
Whoa.
colored head.
Huh. I'm going to have to take a good look through the list here really quick.
No, that's totally fine. That's totally fine.
Oh, man. It's... I don't know.
I mean, I think where this game's going to make it or break it here is it's a needle in a haystack in a way.
Yeah.
I mean, there's other things we can do
I
to
think
cut
it's
it
a
down.
stout, but it's pretty sweet.
Is it? Interesting. Do you like it?
I think so. It's kind of different. Not.
We're playing this game with samples, so we don't have like a lot to really draw from.
I mean, screw it. I'm just gonna guess. Is that what we're doing? Just taking
Yeah.
a shot in the dark. I'm gonna go Fountain Square, Count Nebula.
No.
Ah.
Physically on the menu though, you couldn't have really been much closer because what it actually is the Founder's Big Luscious, just two
Big
beers
Luscious.
up. Yeah.
The Big Luscious.
Which the
I
big
got maybe it's chocolate that I'm tasting. It's just a little sweet. Oh, it says a kiss of tart raspberries at the end of the description.
That's
what
why it's
you
got
wanna
that
try, You want
reddish-
to try it?
I kind of do. But
Give it
what's
a-
cool too, I mean, look how red that
Yeah,
head
I know.
is.
I should have read the descriptions, I guess, but
That's a lot of raspberry
yeah,
at the end.
that's what kind of threw me for a loop there.
Wow. Man, I'm glad I didn't pick that one. I wouldn't have nailed that.
Yeah,
It is very sweet. And actually what's funny is the tart raspberries is like the last thing on the description here. But I
Yeah.
would say it's the first thing you taste.
Yeah.
And I'll read the description if you guys are wondering. A rich stout packed with flavor, roasted malts, all natural dark chocolate, a subtle suggestion of burnt coffee grounds, and a kiss of tart raspberries. So,
I wonder. That's a Founder's beer. I've never heard of it. I don't know if it's new,
yeah.
Or-
I mean, it could just be
or
one
maybe
of
I've
their,
just never heard of it.
could be one of their special brews that they were playing around with, and maybe we'll never see it again.
Who knows?
I know I said it last week, but that's what I love about the tap here.
Oh yeah.
Is just the incredible variety they get. And I mean, most of these breweries we've heard of, but the beers that they're getting I've not heard of, and I love that. I'm going to take a quick hit of pretzel here. before my turn.
Yeah. Good call. All right. The tables have turned. But which one do you want? Take your pick here.
Oh, it's good. They're both actually pretty dark.
Both pretty dark. Yep.
One is very, very dark, and the other's got more of an amber. I'll take the amber one. There.
Alrighty. Have at her.
I'm trying to do my pokery. Look at Brooks' face, see if I pick some funky beer.
Giving her a sniff down.
Not a lot off the scent.
Not a lot. The taste. He's got a real puzzled look on his face.
It's not a real strong taste. It feels great in the mouth. Is it? Almost like it might be a nitro. It's got that real nice, heavy, creamy, not a lot of natural carbonation to it.
Ooh.
I think I picked up a bit of a fruit taste to it.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of taste to that, though.
Not much happening.
I'm going to guess it's got a pretty low alcohol content.
Okay.
Oh, man, this might take a while.
Yeah. We should have came up with some good stories or something to tell during this time period. I don't know. I could probably think of some stories if we want to go that route.
Well, I know we've asked on the past, what was the first beer that you had that really made you want to drink crafts?
Yeah.
But do you have like a favorite craft beer? Like anything that like if you could take one last sip of beer, what would be your beer?
Man.
That might be a tough choice.
That's a good question. I know I said my first beer that got me going was Bell's Two Hearted. Man, I don't know. I was just telling Ann, actually, when you were down at the bar, I might say Zombie Dust is pretty good from Three Floyds. I'm really pissed at myself right now. I have a six-pack in my fridge at home of Zombie Dust, and I was going to bring you one, and I completely forgot.
I'll just follow you home.
Hell, you can come over and have one. I don't care this weekend or something, but or I can bring them next Friday, but I figure, fuck it, they won't care if I bring a beer, and I don't know. Just so you can try it. But, I don't know. I'll tell you what. I'm normally a IPA and darker beer guy, but I drink the shit out of some Bell's Oberon throughout the summer and stuff for a
that's so
wheat beer.
refreshing.
It's just so good. Like when I'm
Yeah.
grilling and stuff, I'll run through about 7 of them before I know it. I don't know. Those are pretty damn good
Nice.
beers.
What do you like to grill? Like, is there something that you grill that goes well with the Oberon, or just everything?
A little bit of everything, I guess. Normally pork chops and steaks, but I don't know. He's still looking, folks.
I think I made it.
He's made a choice.
It's a Canadian beer that I'm going with, and I'm going to guess French Canadian. Pardon me if anybody is listening from this brewery,
Pardon
because
my
I'm going
French.
to botch it. Unibro
Oh,
Ephemerae Apple.
that's how I probably would have pronounced it. I don't. Canada.
It's listed as a fruit ale, delicate balance of fruit and spice notes, which it was fruity, but I did pick up some spice. Beer is a lightly spiced white ale that's been brewed with an additional freshly pressed apple juice, and I don't know. The feel
Shot
of it's
in the
not of
dark.
a white ale. White ales usually
Yeah.
got a little more carbonation on the tongue, but I don't know.
All right. Well,
Did I get it?
I'm probably gonna throw you for a loop on this one. You were
been-
pretty far off.
Yeah. Really.
The first thing you said was you thought it was a nitro. It is a nitro, and it was Breckenridge Vanilla on porter on nitro.
Interesting.
Yeah, it was pretty. It was lighter than I thought it was gonna be.
Yeah. Usually a porter.
Could you taste any vanilla?
Yeah. That might have been the fruit and spice that I was describing.
Yeah.
I could see where that's maybe considered
Right.
a vanilla. Wow. Okay, I'll read you guys the description. It's an ale that has all of the chocolate and roasted nut flavor of a classic porter, with an enigmatic surprise thrown in for good measure, real vanilla bean. It was a real subtle taste all around. I don't think I picked up any chocolate or coffee notes. Yeah, that was
That's why they play the game, I guess.
Totally.
There we go.
all right. Well, Brooks, I'm gonna throw you in on yours and see if it comes up any better.
All
this
right.
is the only beer that's not dark of the four.
It is pretty light. Oh, it's got an interesting smell to it.
Okay. I bet
Kind
it
of
does.
spicy. I don't. Let me give her a shot here.
He's.
Wow, that's spicy.
Is it? All right.
I don't know.
Do you like it?
I'm not clear on that yet. Let me give her another shot.
As I'm trying to shove pretzels down in preparation for my next one.
I think I like it. It's not something I normally drink, but let me see here. Let me run through. Whew. Oh, God.
Well, while you're looking,
Yeah?
I think it's only fair that I answer the question that I asked you.
Yeah, have at it.
You know, my first beer that I said, craft beer, that really got me into wanting more out of my beers was Dogfish Head Ale 90 Minute. And I'd say until last week, that was my favorite.
Until last week.
And with a close
Oh,
second
no.
coming to Great Divide's Claymore, a Scottish Ale.
Aha.
'Cause that's freaking delicious too. They're just very different beers. But last week, I got the Brewery Vivant Tree Bucket, which they list as an Imperial IPA, and I think that's only because they needed a classification. Because the first line in its description is that it's an unconventional beer, and I totally agree. It had this nice, dark, reddish amber. And what it took up front, it was this nice spicy, you got the hop presence a little bit up front, but it wasn't really a true hop flavor either. And then it had this just great citrusy, sweet finish. Mm-hmm. And it was the perfect dichotomy of the taste with the first part leading into the second, and it made that sweetness so refreshing that, I mean,
Is it still on tap? It is still on tap.
it is still on tap.
I might have to stick
I
around
might- yeah.
for a third beer.
I know.
and get that one.
I think I'm gonna get one after the show. Not gonna be covered on the show, but I'm a big boy.
Yeah, you can handle it.
I can
All
order
right.
another one.
I think. I wish I had one more taste. It's gone. I'm gonna guess New Holland Ichabod.
New Holland Ichabod.
It's a pumpkin ale.
Interesting.
I'm guessing I didn't get it right after that reaction.
You didn't get it right.
My second guess
but
was,
you're really freaking close.
my
because
second
it is
guess
a
was
pumpkin.
Flat 12 whiskey dick.
Yep.
God
that's what
damn
was.
it!
You know what's funny, actually, Brooks? I had moved the menu into a different orientation.
Yeah.
But you would probably put your hand down at a different one, and you basically put it on Founder's Big Luscious twice.
Oh yeah.
But your second finger was like enough on the whiskey dick that I went with that.
That's a hell of a name too.
I know. Well, and why it says that is that it's a barrel-aged pumpkin
See,
ale.
that's why I wanted one more taste. I saw it said that, and I was like, oh, let's see if I
Did
can.
you get the hint of a barrel?
Maybe, but I wasn't sure. That's why I wanted to try it one more time. But damn, I'll be
Yeah.
damned.
All right. Well, I'm actually personally liking this game, but
Yeah,
we're not doing real well.
It's fun. It's fun.
I've eaten my pretzels, and I've got one here. And I mean, just off the bat, I'm going to say this is an obvious stout, and it still has quite a good head on it. So
It
I'm going to
does,
say
it
that
does.
it's probably a nitro again,
Okay.
just from guessing. Not much aroma. Stouts usually aren't the most aromatic of beers, not like an IPA. Oh, man, that's got bite.
Bit of a sour face.
I'm usually not a big fan of like breakfast stouts and real coffee porters. I just never got a taste for coffee, so I did pucker. I think it's definitely a nitro though.
Yeah.
Although there's one not listed on nitro, but it could be it.
Already doubting himself, ladies and gentlemen.
Small sips. Small sips is the key in this
Very
game,
small.
I think. Criminy. Of course, this week there's a bunch of imperial stouts on the menu.
Yeah, there is. I saw that. There's a lot of them. There's a lot of stouts in general. Imperial stouts, sweet stouts, stout nitro.
It's definitely not a sweet stout.
Definitely not.
Watch me say that, and then it's.
Don't deal indefinitely's around here.
I'm only seeing a few stouts that are listed on nitro. One being the Young's Double Chocolate. I know it's not that.
That seems to be a permanent staple around
I
here.
think
That's
it is,
always here, yeah.
It's always heading up the bottom of the menu.
Yeah.
And then the Summit Oatmeal, which has been around for a couple of weeks.
I think I had that either last week or 2 weeks ago. Maybe
Yeah,
I
and
had
I remember you saying that it was a sweeter stout, and this is definitely not a sweeter stout. Those are the only ones on nitro. Son of a bitch. What are you, beer? Oh, there is Guinness stout on nitro. Again, it's not Guinness.
The chess mess continues.
Is it? Hang
Oh.
on. I don't know if it's the lighting, but this looks like it has a little reddishness in the head, though, doesn't it? You're
Not at liberty to
it's
say.
fine. Did I pick the same damn beer as you? No.
While you're looking, I've got a good story from Ohio State the other weekend. How do you feel about that?
I would love to hear it.
It deals with a dad. It's a dad story. It is my own father.
Did he go too?
He went. He went with me and my wife and my brother, and he hung with us tailgating all day.
Dad can put him down, huh?
Drinking. Took some whiskey shots with us. About 6 p.m. And we had to shut him down after that. I equally was just about as drunk as he was, but
Is Dad a loud drunk, or
no?
is he
He's
a boastful drunk? Does he start
not
saying
boastful. No,
Okay.
he's just kind of hanging out. He's
He's
been around.
a
He's
chill one.
been around the block a few times. But the story takes place in our cab ride home to my brother's apartment. You can imagine this. Amanda, my wife, is sitting shotgun in this cab. Me, my dad, and my brother, which that's 6'2", 6 foot, 6'7", in the back of this cab, like a Ford Taurus fucking cab. So we're all three sitting back there. My dad's sitting bitch in between me and my brother, and he's like fucking drunk out of his mind. Well, so was I. I was blacked out, but I remember this part. I look over at my dad sitting in the middle. he's holding his sock cap like this in front of him. And I'm like, oh no.
That's not good.
Is he going to throw open his sock cap? Because I just remember thinking that. And then the split second later, he throws up his sock cap in the middle of his cab. And I put my hands on my head. I'm just looking at it, like waiting for it to go everywhere. It stayed in the hat. No mess at all. It was like a miracle.
Must have a liner or something.
I said someone wove that hat very, very good. I don't know who made it, but
And then did you just tie it up and throw it out?
yeah, out the window.
That's not the first time for Columbus.
Well, I was, oh my God. I didn't remember it until the next day. My brother said something. I was like, oh my God. Completely forgot about that. That was my story from Columbus, Ohio, though.
I think I have a guess.
All right. After Pew Cats, we are now on to a guest.
I'm between the Founder's Breakfast and the Bell's Expedition.
Okay.
And the reason I'm not going to go to the Bell's Expedition... Nope, I'm going to go to the Bell's Expedition. Shit, I don't know. Okay. The Founder's Breakfast has 2 different types of coffee flavors in it, a Sumatra
Okay.
and a Kona. And that might have been why I cringed when I took that first shot of it. Double malt, 5 times the hops. No, you know what? I'm going to go with the Founder's Breakfast.
He's reached a decision.
The Founder's Breakfast. Did one of us get one of these?
We did not.
Was it the Bell's?
It was not.
Oh.
Once again,
hard.
you should have stuck with your nitro. It was the Summit Oatmeal.
It was the Summit
And
Oatmeal.
Yeah. You excluded that one real quick.
Interesting. No. Did not.
You knew it was on
Not a
nitro,
fan of
just
it.
like the last one.
I know.
Not a fan of it.
Interesting that I picked 2 nitros. There's probably about 5 to 6 nitros on tap.
Yeah.
And
you said both of them were nitros at the beginning. Well,
oh man, I set myself up easier than you did and botched it.
Yeah, well, I guess that's where we differ in beer taste. I like the Summit Nitro, and you did not.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. And I'm glad we've got that diversity.
Yeah, there you go.
All right. Well, I think it's time for a second break. I'm going to go wallow in my own shame of totally blowing the game I came up with.
I liked that game.
I did too. I
Very
hope the listeners like it.
low success rate on that game, but I like
you know
it.
what, though? We need those sometimes.
Yeah, that's
I'm tired
takes
of
us back
you
down to
getting
earth.
everything right on Pick Your Poison. So, if you guys listening like the game, have any comments about the game, or have any ideas for a new game yourself, please, we're on the Twitter, Facebook, not Facebook.
The Twitter.
I'll make a Facebook eventually. I just am not a Facebook fan.
Yeah.
But on our YouTube site, if you're watching it through that, on Podomatic, please leave a comment. We'd love to get it. We also have a Gmail account. It's who'sdrinkingwhat@gmail. So feel free to email us any ideas, thoughts, comments about the show. So we're going to take our break, come back with This Day in Beer History, and our last set of beers.
Indeed.
I like girls and cut off blue jeans. Is that really oh so bad? Sometimes I think I miss my call. Should have been Sir Galahad. Memories, they come to me. I find I see places I'd like to be. My mind, it runs in circles for what seems forever. Stopping never. Round
Okay,
and
we have our second beers in front of us. We're going to wrap up the show here soon. But, oh man, these look delicious. Again, we're doing beers here from the Tap's own in-house brewery.
Mm-hmm.
And they've got a great menu. They try all types, very experimental. If you guys are in Bloomington or are going to ever be on your way to Bloomington, craft beer fans, stop by here. This you won't regret.
Make sure and make a stop. It is wonderful.
Oh, man. All right. Solanche.
Clinkety clink.
Oh, that is good.
Ooh, mine's good too. I'm a sucker for nitros though.
Yours Actually, Brooks's, I should level with you guys during the break. We sort of like we both wanted it, and we just had to decide.
Yeah.
He saw it first. So, in keeping with finders keepers.
There you go. All right, I'll just start it off then. I got the Tap's own Bourbon Barrel Milk Stout, which is on nitro. It says this milk stout was carefully aged for 4 months in a Four Roses bourbon barrel. One hell of a bourbon, mind you.
Yes.
Deep black and medium bodied with flavors of chocolate, espresso, and mild sweetness. Served on nitro to enhance the creaminess of the lactose.
And if you guys are watching the YouTube feed, you'll see the pictures in the slideshow.
Oh, yeah.
But that had the slowest, most wonderful diffuse. I mean, it was...
Man, it is definitely, that last sentence, it says, served on nitro to enhance the creaminess of the lactose. It is creamy.
Is it?
Creamy.
Is it like a beer shake?
Creamy in your mouth. You know how that is.
Oh, man. It's still got a really good head on it, like maybe a half inch ahead still, and it's been sitting for a few minutes now. So, yeah, I bet that's really
I'm very pleased with it. What did you go with?
Well, that's a great question. I wish I was on the page. I went with the Tap Weizenbach, sticking with the German theme. What are you doing?
I thought I saw her taking a picture.
Anyway, he's making faces at me. This amber, full-bodied ale is made with 60% wheat for a slightly fruit malt flavor, which it definitely has. The yeast contributes banana and clove flavors with a touch of chocolate and caramel flavors. The banana is actually very prevalent and very delicious.
Banana?
Very, very welcome. And, yeah, it's got a nice light body like a wheat beer would have.
Which one is it? Apparently, I wasn't listening.
It was the Weizenbach. Yeah. Which I took German all through high school and college, and I can maybe still spit out about 7 or 8 words. Shows you how well I learned. But I
took 4 years of Spanish. I can tell you my name and ask you yours. That'll about do it, I think. I don't know. I don't know what I did during that class.
The only Spanish I know is very inappropriate that I learned from movies and video games.
Well, I could. That's also the other Spanish I know, I feel like, but I don't know. I feel like it'd be a good language. I should probably learn it.
But yeah, so good. So good.
I'm definitely interested in that. You can really taste the banana?
Yeah, and it's very welcome too.
I like bananas.
So, and actually, I should say too that we have our brewery focus.
It's
been
almost
something-
forgot.
Yeah, not intentional, but now I'm gonna make it more of a point to try to highlight one brewery. Like really look at their about page and find out about them. And because I loved that brewery Vivant last week so much, I looked into
I'm
them.
really excited to try that now. You
I
got
know.
me all
We're
hyped.
totally
You got
having
me all
post-show
hyped
beer.
up.
But they're from Grand Rapids, Michigan. And they said that they're intentionally keeping it small, nice, and profitable, which is important. They're very conscious about their books.
Mm-hmm.
But to keep it small and do what they want to do, and I hope they stay profitable because everything I've had from them has been fantastic.
Yeah.
And they said that they were inspired when they took a trip to Belgium into the French region, which is where, like, when you see a Belgian farmhouse ale, they said that it's from that region of Belgium, which I really love a lot of beers that are in that style. And,
Sure.
and you can tell that, and they said that they love to artfully craft and experiment too, and that they actually are built up in a neighborhood.
Really?
Yeah.
What city is this in?
Grand Rapids,
I'm
Michigan.
not listening well today. I'm sorry.
It's all right. Brooks has got Christmas and bad sweaters on the brain.
I got something else going on up there. I don't know.
But Michigan, the more I learn about the breweries up there, I'm just so jealous.
Oh, yeah.
Unfortunately, I think the most notable news coming out of Michigan these days is the crap hole of Detroit. But
Yeah.
they have so much going for them in the brewery scene.
Mm-hmm. I have noticed that. And I mean, not that we're in a shithole down here in Indiana, because there's hell of a lot of good breweries down here, but you definitely hear a lot of good breweries up there too.
Yeah, and a lot of them seem like they started, even going back to the 80s of Bell's and a lot of them in the mid to late 90s when they really kind of helped grandfather in this, craft brewing explosion that we've seen. I actually saw a statistic recently where just Budweiser, not all of Budweiser's products, but just, with the Budweiser label, that they're down to 30 million barrels in 2013, I think it was, and that all of the craft brews were just over 30.1 barrels.
Really?
It's the first time they'd exceeded just what Budweiser's putting out.
Huh.
So it's a good sign. I mean,
Yeah, it's blowing up. I mean,
people want good taste.
and I am absolutely fine with that.
I know, and that's why we're doing this show.
Exactly.
A couple of beer nuts. Well, we're already drinking them.
Gives me an excuse to drink beer at 3 o'clock on a Friday afternoon, I guess.
And now we get to talk about it.
Tell everyone all the bullshit things that go through our head while we drink it.
So that was our beer spotlight. And now, transition into this day in beer history.
Yeah. Everyone's
favorite.
favorite time of the week.
All right, Brooks. It's December 19th, 2014.
Mm-hmm.
And this headline comes from 1521.
How do you find these?
Google.
That's
Powerful resource.
amazing.
This comes from the Temple Times in what is now known as Veracruz, Mexico.
Okay.
The headline, Cortez says Corona. As life is adjusting back to some normalcy after the Spanish devils invaded and occupied most of our Aztec nation, we keep getting new rules from Cortez himself. The official game of our people is no longer super awesome bloody half-pipe hoop ball, but is now football, a much blander sport which seems not to care if there is scoring. And as far as the refreshments served at our vending temples, no longer are we allowed to brew our deep, heavy amber beer. Cortez has decreed that we will now serve an off-yellow, watery brew he calls Corona.
Corona.
And that we must enact skits at halftime of these football games depicting the behinds of very sexy women walking abstractly around a beach.
Huh.
Our culture has endured a lot over the years, and it seems we are destined to endure centuries more until the predicted end of our calendar in 2012, which is when the scroll ran out and we will have to continue it, but that's an issue for another generation. The story goes on complaining about Cortez, but what are you going to do when you've been conquered?
Exactly. It's amazing they can, these word-for-word statements can just stick around for all these years.
Yeah, I mean, when you're writing in stone tablets.
I guess so.
Where's it going to go?
Where is it going to go?
But no, that's actually something that I'd heard before, too, and to find this article confirmed it, but that, like we're used to beers like Corona and Sol and those out of Mexico, but I've read an article about a historian saying that the water, especially deep into Central America and Mexico, is not really conducive to that type of beer, and that they probably did have a very thick, heavy stout kind of beer. So, and that they did think that it was wiped out by the Spanish.
The more you know.
Yeah, which is sad. I would have loved to have tried, the Aztec-style brew. Who knows what it would have been.
Who knows what it would have done to you.
Well, Brooks, did you enjoy your tap beers this week? This week.
It is this week, and yes, I enjoyed them quite a lot.
I'm really loving this Weizenbach. Excuse me.
I'll get a little taste of that guy after the show here.
And then we'll get onto our tree buckets. I want to thank everybody for listening this week. Brooks, thanks for being here. Next week is going to be Christmas, and it's more of a personal show for me. I've got a bunch of friends from college coming down. They live up in Indy. They're big craft beer fans, but they have more of the indie scene experience, which I'd like to ask them about. There's a lot of stuff that we don't even get down here because it's so small, can only operate up in the city.
But don't worry, I'll be here too.
Absolutely. So we'll quiz them next week. Thank you guys for listening. Drink on.
Sitting on my bed in my red pajamas, watching Michigan State take on Indiana, and honey, thought you'd like to know. I don't mean to be apologizing, and I hate wasting time philosophizing, 'cause baby, I'm a little bit slow. I know a lot of people catch on to things quicker, and maybe I spend too much time with my liquor, and I stand still while the others go. And I never get jokes until hours later, and then I crack up in a crowded elevator, 'cause baby, I'm a little bit slow.